Well, hello to you. My name is Derek Phelps, and I'm speaking to those people that might have been recently fired, furloughed, laid off, been with a company that is declared bankruptcy or is having some money problems. Maybe you didn't get your last paycheck from them. Well, we're here to go over a couple of things that you can do in the job market today to get some help in a very critical time. Again, my name is Derek Phelps, Top Talent Search Advisors, and you can find us on Facebook under Top Talent Search Advisors. Follow us on YouTube, and please like our page. That way we can stay in touch with you, and you'll be the first one to know updates as they come along. Help in the job search categories, where to look, what jobs to apply for, what do I say on my resume? So lots of tips, lots of tricks, but let's get into why I'm here with you today. Wanted to go over what is actually going on in the economy today. We had a very strong economy coming into this quarter, coming into this month, and then of course with everybody staying at home, it's really affected what's going on in the job market. You know, I wanted to know what is coming in the next 12 to 18 months so that we can prepare for that moving forward. So I took a look at a period of time back at 9/11, and we can go back and see what happened then and what kind of parallels are we having today. Some of you might not have been around at that time, but I was a broker in a financial advisement firm, and it was tough. We saw the same type of experience going on the financial markets, and it truly affected the job market. So let me tell you a little bit about what happened then, compare that to now, and show you some tips and tricks of what you need to be looking out for and where do we find a job? How do we find one in this type of environment? So first off, let's go back to 9/11. In the 18 months that followed September 11, that terrible year, we lost 2.5 million jobs in the economy, really spiking our unemployment rate. Now, we were kind of already on a downslope. We had lost about 1.5 million jobs coming into September of 9/11. But the shocking thing to find out was that 18 months later, we're still losing jobs. I looked at a couple of reports to find out what jobs were in demand and kind of compare that to today to help you go find that next position. Again, if you've recently been laid off or fired or terminated or furloughed, these are all the same thing. We need to go find a paycheck. So how do we go out and do that? You don't want to sit around and wait. We need to take some immediate action today. So what can we do? Well, at 9/11, we lost 54% more jobs the following 18 months than we did in the prior 18 months. So even though we've seen a lot of layoffs here recently, and in fact, sad to say, this week there was a record of all time, the number of people that have filed for unemployment. Like I said, 18 months after 9/11, we were at 2.4 million. We actually filed 3 million people filed for unemployment just this week, a new record in our economy. So we need to be careful going forward about where we're working, what to look out for, and as long as we're prepared, it'll take out some of that uncertainty. In fact, one of the biggest problems for having future business was the uncertainty factor. Businesses didn't know what to do, didn't know what they were going to sell. They didn't know how the demand was going to pick up. And so they slowed down on their hiring. So what can we do today to get a job? Well, let's take out some of the uncertainty by looking at the past and how people were still able to find jobs after September 11. You know, the most important thing that we need to do is know what type of skills that we have, what type of skills and what kind of transferability they have in other markets. We need to package ourselves properly so that we're reaching the right employers. We need to have flexibility in what we're going to take. In fact, when we look at the job numbers from after 9/11, what we found was that almost 38% of the people actually changed entire industries. So you may not be looking in the same industry that you were in. You know, transportation has been hit hard, just like it was then. Financial services sector, retail sector, all hit very hard now, just as they were then. So be flexible, and we need to train and up our game. So while we're looking for a position, we need to be constantly training, whether that's online, through schools, education, certificate programs that you can join, that you can attend, to up your game and then package yourself to the right people. Let me tell you a story about after 9/11. You know, one lady that witnessed the event from her rooftop was 33-year-old Kristen Rowe. Kristen saw the buildings fall when the planes hit, and later, she fell to her knees, thinking, oh my gosh, all the people and the times that I have spent here in New York City, and to see it all come crumbling down. 5 years later, they interviewed Kristen and said, what did you learn from the event? And what she said was, I learned that, and I want to get this right for you, I learned that we live life knowing that we pretend that we live life knowing that everything is okay. It's surmountable, and that everything that we do is surmountable, and life is to be lived in the moment. The juxtaposition of what she said. So again, things to take away from this period of time is know your skills, package yourself well, have flexibility in what position you're willing to take and what jobs that you're actually suited for. Train and up your game. And finally, stay connected. The biggest areas that we saw problems with, over a 40% increase in the time that it took for someone to find a job after September 11 in a tough job environment. There was a 38% change in the number of people that transferred different industries to find that next position. And finally, with seeing that we have the most job loss in history occurring just this week, we need to up our game. So if we can help, we'd love to. You can follow us on our Facebook channel, Top Talent Search Advisors, our YouTube channel under Derek Phelps, Recruiter and Headhunter. And I'll put those down here on the bottom so that you have them. And one of the things that we're doing is we're offering a complimentary resume review. Send your resume to me. My email address is buildmybiz@gmail.com. Send it to me. Let me take a look at it. We'll be in contact with you to show you how we can help improve your resume so that you put your best foot forward, so that you're packaged properly moving into that next position. Again, here at Top Talent Search Advisors, we're still working. There are still companies hiring. You will see those on our Facebook page. We'll put the new jobs, the new postings down there. In fact, we had a new posting today. They're actually looking for some staff for an organization that is staffing a factory. So if you have skills, we want to know about them. We want to know what you're great at. We want to see that on the resume, and we want to give you a hand. So Derek, like our page, Derek Phelps, Top Talent Search Advisors. I appreciate your time. Thank you. Hope to help.